Okay, today we are going to learn about root cause analysis. So I wanted to start off with a question. Why is it important to identify the cause? Can I have a volunteer, please? Yeah, anyone? Why is it important to identify the cause? Okay, so since nobody is participating, let me try and answer it myself. So, all problems are the result of a cause. Okay, very good, Saroja. Thank you for the response. Yes. So, to solve the problem, yes, all problems are a result of a cause, right? So, when we say all problems are a result of a cause, only if we know what is the prime, there can be multiple causes. There can be some smaller, temporary causes. We are not worried about them, right? So we are worried about identifying that one direct cause which will instantly allow us to solve the problem or bring down the effect. Problem is nothing but it is the effect of a cause. Okay. So one technique for identifying the root cause or the core problem is 5 why analysis, right? So the reason why we focus on root cause analysis so much is that it allows us to identify the critical factors which will help us to solve the problem, right? So whenever we know that okay, there is a scope for problems that are causing repeated errors, we go for root cause analysis, right? So there are different tools to identify the root cause. We will go through one after the other. The first tool was 5 why. So a quick example to review for a minute. Please take a minute to review. I will ask a volunteer to explain this to me. Yes. Uh, so can I ask for a volunteer to help me with to explain this root cause analysis to someone? Can I have a volunteer? Can you raise your hand? I just need a volunteer who can explain this root cause analysis to all of us. Who wants to go? Can you please raise your hand? Yeah. Folks, no one wants to volunteer? Okay, fine. Okay, so let me explain. So the problem is the car tire was flat, which means the tire was punctured. Okay. So when we try to identify what is the reason, right? One reason is there could be some nails on the floor. right? This looks like a car that was in the mechanic shop or garage, right? So one reason is the there could be nails on the floor. Why did the floor have nails? That is because box of nails on uh, that the floor was left open. Why did the box get open? Because the box got wet. Why did the box get wet? Because it got soaked in rain. Why did the rainwater come in? Because the roof was very weak. So what is the solution we can do? The solution we can do is to fix the roof. So in this way, we know that the root cause analysis previous the prime step of a root cause analysis, the prime step of a root cause analysis is the 5Y technique. The 5Y technique will allow us to get to the root of the problem and design a corrective action. CA stands for corrective action, right? So this is how we will we learned our 5Y analysis, right? So now once you learn 5Y analysis, see, this is not very easy to understand. Okay? This is not very easy to understand. So we are going to see how we can represent it more easily. Okay, how we can represent it more easily, right? Okay, now the first and foremost representation is called the cause and effect diagram or the fishbone diagram. Okay, we are going to start off with that. I will make this session a very focused 10-minute session, and I will sorry, 15 20-minute session, and I'll stop, right? So please stay with me, right? Is it clear till here? Any questions? Any questions? Is it clear so far? Am I making sense? Shall I proceed? Folks, please give a thumbs up or talk. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you to whoever responded. Thanks. Fine. So now we call this as a fishbone or Ishikawa diagram. This allows us to model or visually represent the cause and effects, right? So when we say cause and effects, right? How are we? What are we meaning, right? The problem or the effect is usually at the head of the fishbone diagram. Okay, right? This the effect is nothing but it is a problem which you are trying to solve. Okay, right? So this is the problem. Now there can be different causes for the problem. It can be a human error which is caused by the people, or it can be a methodological error which is the error due to our execution. நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோன்றதுனால வர error. It can be due to people, it can be due to methods, it can be due to machinery, the tools we used, or it can be due to the input materials that we use, or there could also be other reasons. So the fishbone diagram or the Ishikawa diagram allows us to classify the causes into different ways: man, method, machine, material, and others. This is sometimes called the 4M model. So you can use this representation to put in your 5Y analysis results. In that way, you will come to know the core cause which contributes to this problem. Okay. Is this clear till now? Am I clear till now? Is it clear? Okay, fine. Now, a simple example. Okay. So the problem statement is loading my computer. Okay. I'm not able to install a software into my PC. That is a problem. Okay. So now let me analyze, right, how this problem works. From the people side, from the person side, I am not able to get answer for my questions, right? I am not able to follow the instructions, or I am just finding it very difficult to process, right? This can be the people side of the problem. Okay. Then on the method side, I am inserting the CD wrong, or the instructions to install itself is wrong, or when I say I am inserting the CD wrong, maybe it is upside down or backward, front, whatever, right? So these are the problems because of methods. Then when you say machinery, it refers to your computer. It may be that your computer doesn't have enough space, or it is not, the software is not compatible with your computer, right? And when it comes to materials, it can be because of the wrong type of CD, or a bad CD, or a missing CD, right? When we think of other problems that can cause this issue is the power interruption. Whenever we try to install something, if the power gets cut in between, the installation usually fails, right? And subsequent reinstallations might become very difficult. Yeah, right. So that is why we find it hard, right, to install the software. Okay, right. So now we know how to draw our cause and effect diagram. If you think of all of these causes, you will be able to find that one cause which is the strongest creator of the problem. If you say that all of this is not a problem, we can eliminate this. If you say all of this material related thing is not a problem, we can eliminate this. If you say the machine is not a problem, we can eliminate this. And then if you see that the CD is a problem, the method is a problem, then that is where you will start concentrating, right? So if you concentrate on that, you will immediately be able to solve this problem. Uh, um, a root cause is something which if you attack, okay, right, which if you attack will instantly solve the problem, instantly bring down, right, the instantly bring down the resistance or the impact that the problem is. Okay, right? So that is about cause and effect diagram. Is this clear? Any questions? Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, no questions. Thanks for those who said the thumbs up. Thanks for the response. Okay, now I am going to give you a minute to think. Okay, I said there are a lot of causes that could result in a effect or a problem, and I said we there will be only one or two important things which are actually causing the problem. So when I have found 20 causes and I have to pick one or two from that, how will I pick? How will I pick which is the important cause? How will I pick that? Can someone tell me? Take a minute. Take a minute. Think. Anyone? Please take a minute. What could have, what could be the one possible way in which we can pick the most important causes? Can you try? Okay, let me tell you. Okay, there is a technique or a rule, okay, which says 80% of the problem, okay, is caused by 20% of the issues. அதாவது நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா பெரிய பிரச்சனைய ஒன்னு ரெண்டு விஷயம் தான் வந்து காஸ் பண்ணும். All small causes, right, contribute very less. All small causes contribute very less to the problem. Okay, so there is a rule. Just a moment. Sorry. So there is a technique called Pareto principle or Pareto analysis. It is based on the concept of Pareto principle. Okay. The Pareto principle says that though there may be hundreds of causes for a problem, right? Right? Only one or two of the top causes actually really cause the problem. மத்ததெல்லாம் சின்ன சின்ன விஷயம். It can be resolved just by making some corrective actions. Okay, so we use the same concept of Pareto principle, right, to identify the key cause of a problem. Okay, so the root cause diagram allows us to identify all the causes. எல்லா காசையும் எடுத்து நல்லா அனலைஸ் பண்ணி பார்த்தா you will come to know that there are 1, 2 or maybe maximum 3 causes that are actually causing the problem. அந்த மூணு பிரச்சனையை ஹேண்டில் பண்ணா our problem will come down. Okay, so that is the concept of Pareto analysis. We will see more examples on Pareto analysis. I'm just introducing you to that now. Okay, so when we think of root cause analysis tool, the first and foremost tool is 5Whys, right? It allows us to drill down from the problem to a particular root cause. You can use this as the right method for actually representing or identifying your root cause. This root cause analysis can be applied to any problem, okay, if you are able to drill down to the final why. Okay, you can represent root cause analysis using the fishbone diagram. Okay, in the root cause analysis, we start with the problem, we execute the whys or we ask 5 whys, right, till you come to the a minute understanding of the problem. You check each of the costs, use Pareto principle to identify the top causes, and then fix the causes to solve the problem, right? So if you want to represent your 5i in a very useful way, then you use the fishbone diagram representation, right? I want you to have a look at what is explained here. So fishbone diagram is actually the pictorial representation of cause and effect relationship, right? They're also called as Ishikawa diagrams. So here, when there is a complex problem, right? Now the problem is the company feels that the company has become less competitive in the market. Okay? So now they want to identify why. Okay? They start with all the possible causes, right? External environment, that is the factors outside the company. More new competitors, new technology, new customer preference, right? Then inside the organization, right? Inside the organization, what happens? What are the people problem that they have, right? For the people specifically, what is the problem? Lack of motivation, lack of training. And from the project angle, what is the problem? There is a lack of change management, or they are not able to control the project. And from the management side, what is the problem? They are not able to do effective R&D and identify how is the market proceeding, right? So from the process side, it can be that their compliance with quality standards are poor. Okay, so you can identify all the reasons you want and put it in a fishbone diagram. Now, if you ask if all the reasons impact this problem equally, no, that is not the truth. Okay, all reasons do not impact the problem equally. Okay, so we need to identify the top reasons. From the top reasons, we pick the reasons, top 3 to 4 reasons, which can cause the problem, and we try to solve. Okay, so that is where we use the concept of Pareto analysis. It is Pareto analysis is based on the Pareto principle, which says 80% of the problem is caused by 20% of the issues, right? Any questions so far? Any questions? Shall I proceed with Pareto? Okay. The Pareto analysis says that, you see, you don't have to worry about the bar graph, the number and all. This is just for your knowledge. Okay. So if you see, 80% of the errors are caused by only 1, 2, and 3. 3 problems. Sorry, three issues, right? So 80% of the problems cause 20% of the errors. Now, if I'm able to correct this 20% of the errors, then I can bring down my overall impact. Okay. So this is how larger companies use the concept of Pareto analysis to identify this root cause. At a smaller student level or at the assignment level, you don't do this because this requires data, right? You go with the cause through your gut feeling. You read the diagram and see, okay, what is most probably the cause that can cause this problem, right? Right. So you go with your gut feeling. Okay. So root cause analysis is a very useful tool when you have data that can tell you what is the problem. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions? Okay, I'm just giving a sample problem. I want one of you to try the 5y. Okay. I'm putting it up in the notepad. I'll give you a timer. Okay. Okay. I'm putting on the problem statement here, and I'm switching on the timer. We will have a 5-minute timer, because since this is the first time I'm giving you exercise, so I'm giving you a 5-minute timer. I want you to see this problem and do a 5y analysis. Okay. The timer is going to be here. Okay. So I'm starting the timer now. I'll just keep myself muted to avoid my background noise. Sorry. Okay, who wants to go first? I want a volunteer to help me write the 5 whys. Simple. There is no difficulty here. I will help you. Your answer need not be right. I just want a volunteer. Can you please raise your hand? Can you please raise your hand? I'm going to wait for another 1-2 minutes. The answer need not be right. I just want to see if you're trying. Folks, please raise your hand. Please participate. You people have completely stopped participating. No one wants to participate? Okay, since no one is interested, let me just quickly solve it. So the problem statement is Ram did not clear his exam. So I also don't have much of information like you. So I'm going to go with some assumptions. If I ask why he did not clear this exam, the first answer might be he did not get the minimum marks. So if I ask why he did not get the minimum marks, he did not attend many questions. If I ask why he did not attend many questions, then one answer can be he did not know the answers. Then if I ask why he did not know the answers may be he was less prepared. Then if I ask why was he less prepared, he did not utilize time to study. So the corrective action here or the solution here is to utilize time to study before exam. Right? In this way, we can think of the core root cause and the answer in a very simple format as per our need. Okay, you can draw this as a Ishikawa diagram. You can put the problem at the center inside a circle, and all of this can come in the arrows. Okay. So if you are able to pick one of the core causes, the core causes in this case is very obvious. Do not study, right? So we have easily proposed the corrective actions. In a real world company problem, the core cause may not be very apparent. Okay, it will be very difficult for us to identify the core cause. So that is one reason why they use data-driven approaches like Pareto analysis. Right? Okay. So today we learned about root cause analysis and the tools that can be used for root cause analysis. We learned the three important tools. One is the 5-why analysis, another one is the Pareto analysis, and also lastly, I have revisited the fishbone diagram. So these are the three ways in which you can easily represent, right? Easily represent the way in which you solve the problem, and easily represent your root cause so that you can solve the problem better. Okay. So in the next session, we will actually start off with the last part. In the next week, the last part of problem solving will be covered, and then we will proceed with a very, very important skill, which is PowerPoint presentations. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. I request you to please try and participate. Without participation, these sessions will not be very useful. Thanks a lot for your time.
Yeah, ma'am.
We can stop the session.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.